the spine, ignite to support it. Always tension on the straps, and that's what I mean. Now to find your starting position, I want you to take your thumbs and start to spin them up to the ceiling. So now your palms face each other, still pressing down into the straps. Spin your thumbs away from one another until your palms are now facing the ceiling. You're pulling with the back of your hands into the suspension trainer and sweep your arms overhead. Palms face your anchor point. At this point in time, if they're slack in your straps like mine, I want you to walk backwards a little bit until your hands are over your shoulders, shoulders over hips, knees, and ankles. There is no leaning back. Soften behind your knees. Slide your shoulders away from your ears. Now, how much you pull on the straps is 100% up to you. You guys keep your hands overhead. I just want to make sure I can see you. Okay. Good. Good. Soften behind your knees. And slowly, keep the tension of the straps. Slowly sweep your arms back down to the starting position. Fan your fingers wide and press straight down into your hands. Good. Good. Now let's ignite the Ujjayi breath. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. Feel your body expand. And through your nose, take a deep breath out. Squeeze the muscles in your core. I want you to hear sound when you breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's add movement to that breath. On the inhale, back to mountain pose. Keep all the way up. Exhale, arms back down. Inhale, mountain pose. Pull as you sweep upward, just warming up the shoulders. Exhale, arms back down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, back down. This time, right arm moving. Sweep that right arm up overhead, palm face the anchor point. Pause. You're pressing down with your left hand as you're pulling up and back with your right hand. Keep your shoulders and hips square to that anchor point. Slowly bring that hand back down. Switch sides. Left arm sweeps up, palm face the anchor point. Slide your hip bones up towards the belly button. Send your tailbone to the floor. Keep a nice neutral pelvis. Left arm back down. One more time per side. Right arm up, inhale. Right arm back down, exhale. Left arm, take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Close your grip on the strap. Hold on nice and tight and lean back. Lift your sternum to the ceiling. And drop your hips down and back. Soften behind your knees. And slide your shoulders away from your ears. I know this grip is not the most comfortable. We're not here for very long. Let's add rotation. Lift your left shoulder up to the ceiling and bend your right knee. Use both of your feet and push your left hip towards the floor. Lengthen through your spine. Come back to center, arms and legs straight. And switch sides. Roll your right shoulder up. Bend your left knee. And push your right hip down towards the floor. You should feel this in the upper left-hand side of your back and the lower leg. With breath, come back to center, breathe all the way in. Left shoulder rolls up, breathe out, twist and rinse. Back to center, inhale. Twist and rinse as you exhale. Come back to center, pause. Press into your hands, pull your hips forward. You're still leaning back. Press into your hands again, rock your body weight forward. Forward, fold. Hinge at your hips. Your heels anchored to the floor. And then reach your arms towards that ankle point. Remember I said don't hang on the straps? This is a major culprit. It may feel so good in the moment to just let your chest collapse into the floor, but over time your body will let you know how happy it is with you. So I want you to press down into your feet and lift your tailbone up to the ceiling. Open up the back of the legs. Press down into your hands with your fingers fanned wide and lift your chest to the height of your hips. Shoulder blades slide together, lower belly pulls into the spine. Heel toe your feet together, big toes to touch. Heels in line with your middle toes. Fan your toes wide. Now from here we're going to put together our sun A. Start to separate your hands. You're pushing down into your hands, separate them as far as they go. And now roll your thumbs up to the ceiling. Hold with the back of your hands and sweep all the way up and extended mountain pose. Take a deep breath in. Forward fold. Hinge at those hips. Keep your heels relationship to the floor. Pull your sternum away from the tailbone. Slide your shoulder blades together. I love this cue. I give it all the time. I want you to imagine there's a big fence in front of you. And you're in this pose trying to look up over that fence. So pull your chest forward and up. Take a deep breath in. Back to your forward fold. Upper body parallel to the ground. Those are the 4 poses in the Say. Let's move with breath. Extended mountain. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. You keep going. Extended mountain. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Inhale. Draw your shoulder blades together. Forward fold. Extended mountain. I want you to pull with your hands. Rise high. Forward fold. Push. Halfway lift and fold. Forward fold and push. You have 2 more. Extended mountain. Fin out your fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Last one. Full expression. Extended mountain. Breathe all the way in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Halfway lift. Fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips, chair. I want you to keep your arms low, use your hands, and drive your shoulders up and back over your hips. Your weight is in your feet. The big toe mound, the baby toe mound, and the center of your heels. Now press into your hands and lift your sternum away from the tailbone. Feel your core ignite. If you were to let go of the straps, you wouldn't fall backwards though. You're just keeping tension to ignite the core. Option is to sweep your arms overhead, just like in mountain, but with your knees bent. Again, not leaning back. Your hands are able to be as wide as you want them to be to keep your shoulders away from the ears. Push the crown of your head to the ceiling. And one more cue for you. Don't move your feet, but separate your heels. Pull your heels apart as though you're trying to separate the floor. Then your feet, they don't physically move, but you feel your muscles ignite. Take one more deep breath in. Forward fold, release. Single leg mountain. Sweep your arms up overhead. This time, extend your right leg out in front of you. No leaning back. So you pull into those straps to move your chest forward over your hips. If this bothers the hip flexor, bend the upper knee. Whether your knee is bent or not, push your upper foot towards the wall in front of you. Breathe in. Warrior 3. Extend your upper leg to the wall behind you and reach your hands towards that ankle. Pause. Take your upper baby toe and spin it to face the floor. Press through your upper heel to the wall behind you. Press down into your 2 hands. Square your hips and shoulders to the floor. Switch sides, single leg mountain, left leg forward. Extend your arms overhead as you push your upper foot to the wall in front of you. Remember, you can bend that upper knee. Keep the tension in the straps as you soften your standing knee and knit your ribs into your belly. Press that upper leg forward a little more. Breathe in. Warrior 3. Breathe out. Go down to the ground to help you balance. Twist and stay. Soften your standing knee and square your hips to the floor. Remember, your upper baby toe tells that story. Face it to the floor. As you press through your upper heel, slide your hip bones up to the belly button. Lift up out of that low back. Now this is our sun V. We're going to start to move with breath. From the top, bring your left foot to meet the right. Chair pose, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Single leg mountain, right leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. Single leg mountain, left leg forward, breathe in. Warrior 3, breathe out. From the top, chair pose. Feel your lungs. Hold, push into your hands. Single leg mountain, right leg forward. Warrior 3. Single leg mountain, left leg forward. Put that leg a little higher. Warrior 3. Kick that leg back a little further. From the top, chair, sink your hip down and back. Fold. Single leg mountain, right leg forward. Warrior 3. Single leg mountain, left leg forward. Fill those lungs. Warrior 3. We're going to do one more from the top. Chair pose, sink as low as you can go. Forward fold, press into those hands. Single leg mountain, lift that right leg nice and high. Warrior 3, take it back nice and long. Switch sides, left leg forward, arms up, breathe in. Warrior 3, out. Forward fold, keep breathing that ujjayi breath, in and out through the nose. Fan out your toes. Bend your knees, drop your hips, bring your chest down to your thighs. Create a nice long flat mat. Press into your hands and drag your shoulders up over your hips. Moving on, keep breathing that breath no matter what you feel. Separate your heels and you're going to try to pull the floor apart. Feel the muscles in your legs ignite. Sweep your arms up overhead for 5. Keep breathing your breath. 4, every exhale you sink your hips a little lower. 3, knit your ribs into your belly. 2, keep your knees bent. Eagle, bring your arms down. Cross your right leg over your left leg like you're sitting cross-legged in the chair. You can stay right here with your hands or place those foot cradles into your left hand and free your right arm. I want you to lean your shoulders back over your hips. Bend your left elbow like you're making a bicep curl. Take your right elbow, hook it under your left elbow. Right hand can come to your left shoulder. Or thread your hands through the foot cradles to face away from one another. Shoulders and hips face that anchor point. Lift your sternum away from the tailbone, breathe in. Sink your hips down and back, breathe out. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Warrior 3, draw your right knee into your chest. One hand per foot cradle. And hinge. Squeeze the muscles in your upper leg. Soften your standing knee so you can square those hips to the floor. Remember, no hanging on the strap, so press down into your 2 hands. One foot on the floor, lift your whole body higher. From up there, 3-legged dog, bend your upper knee. Roll your right hip up over your left hip, but keep your shoulders square to the floor. I want you to think about a dog and a fire hydrant here. Breathe. If you're feeling unsteady, separate your hands for more stability, or you can bend your elbows to 90 degrees. Keep your standing heel rooted on the floor and lean towards the ball of your foot. Lift your upper knee a little higher, breathe in. Standing leg raise. Right knee pulled into your chest. Place the foot cradles into your left hand. Grab the outside of your right knee with your right hand. Stand up nice and tall. Option to take your first 2 fingers of your right hand and hold your inner big toe of your right hand. Extend your upper leg long out in front of you. Draw your right leg over to the right, whether you have your toe or your knee. Shoulders and hips square to the ankle point. Left hand presses down into the suspension trainer and lift your chest up. Breathe. For 3, you got this. 2, bring your upper leg back to center. Kick your right leg forward. Right arm reaches up, breathe in. Half moon, right hand to your right hip and hinge. Look down to the floor. Roll your right hip up over your left hip. And right shoulder over your left shoulder. Option to reach your right arm to the ceiling. Draw your left upper arm bone into the shoulder socket. Your left elbow is soft. Press that one foot into the floor. One hand into the straps, lift your whole body higher. Triangle, close your grip on the straps. Slowly float your upper foot to the floor behind you. Stand all the way up. Step your left foot forward so there's a bigger gap between your feet. Turn side facing the anchor point, so roll your right hip back, left hip forward, and hinge. Left hand reaches to the anchor point, hips push away. Your right hip is stepping over your left hip. Right shoulder over your left shoulder. Take your left hand, spin your thumb up to the floor. So the outer edge of your hand is pressing into the strap. And draw your left upper arm bone into the shoulder socket. Push your hips away from the suspension painter as you reach your left hand toward it. Option to reach your right arm to the ceiling. You want to expose those tight spots and breathe through the pyramid. Stand up, windmill your right arm through. Grab the foot cradles with your right hand. Left hand to your left hip. Hop your back foot forward a little. Square your hips to the ankle point and hinge. Push your hips away from the straps. Feel a nice stretch behind your left leg. Draw your shoulders away from your ears and keep breathing. Lean into that right hand a little more. Press down into that right hand, lean into it a little more, and now float your back foot right up off the floor. Warrior 3 variation. Extend your left arm long enough in front of you. No straps in that left hand. You have one foot on the floor. One hand in the straps. Press down into those 2 points. Lift your whole body high. You go ahead and lift up. And now get longer. Press through your upper heel. Reach through that left hand. Big toes touch. Stand up. Let's do 2 sun A's and clear it away. One hand per foot cradle. Extended mountain. Sweep up. If there's slack, you move back. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Hold to rise. Extended mountain. Thin up those fingers. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Bend your knees. Drop your hips. Chair. Go ahead. Sweep those arms right up overhead. 5. 4. Sink those hips lower. You're not here for too long. 3. Go ahead even lower. 2. Keep those knees bent. Eagle. Bring your arms down. Left leg over this time. Option. Stay here with your hands, or both foot cradles go into your right hand. You hold on to those straps. Make a bicep curl. Now take your right hand that's in the straps. Turn it towards your left shoulder. So the space between your thumb and pointer fingers in the straps. Left elbow hooks under the right elbow. Left hand can come to your right shoulder. Or thread that left hand through the foot cradle so now your palms press away from each other into the straps. Push the crown of your head to the ceiling and sink your tailbone towards the floor. Take one more breath in. Sink a little lower, breath out. Warrior 3, unwind your body, one hand per foot cradle, take your upper leg back. Reach your hands towards that ankle point. Upper baby toe faces the ground. Press down, lift your whole body higher. 3-legged dog, bend your upper knee, only the hips. Peel the left hip up over the right hip. Keep your standing heel anchored to the floor as you lean towards the ball of your right foot. Stand out your toes, no toe gripping. Lift that upper leg a little higher, breathe in. Standing leg raise, draw your left knee into your chest, stand up. Put the foot cradles into your right hand. Grab the outside of your left knee with your left hand. Option to hook your big toe with your first 2 fingers and extend your upper leg long out. Draw your shoulders together onto your back. Breathe. Left leg drops over to the left. Now you are using the straps to engage your core and to help you balance. So press into that right hand. With no gripping with your fingers, stand out those fingers nice and wide. Breathe your breath. Up random muscles. You can do this. We keep breathing. Bring that upper leg back to center. Extend your left leg forward. Keep it up there. Reach your left arm high. Breathe in. Half lean, left hand to your left hip and breathe. Look down to the ground. Roll your left hip up over that right hip. Option to reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Keep your 2 eyes on one physical point to help balance. Squeeze the muscles in your legs and your arms. Lift your whole body a little higher. Press down, lift up. Triangle. Slowly float your upper foot to the floor behind you. Stand up. Left hand to your left hip. Hop your right foot forward towards that anchor point. Bigger gap between your feet. Side facing the anchor point. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward, and hinge. There's softness in that front knee. You're unlocking it. So you can use your right foot and push your hips away from the straps. Reach your right hand towards the straps at the same time, so your upper body is coming parallel towards the floor. Your right thumb spins up towards the ceiling. That externally rotates the arm hole in the right shoulder socket. That feels better. Slide your shoulder blades together onto your back. Option to reach your left arm to the ceiling. Breathe. Here, slowly stand up. Windmill your left arm forward. Grab the foot cradle from your left hand. Right hand to your right hip. Hop your left foot back just a little. Square your hips to the anchor point. And hinge. I want you to anchor your heels into the floor. You soften that front knee until you can create a flat back. Two parts to a flat back. Shoulder blades together. Lower belly pulls in. Now press into your feet and lift your sitting bones up higher. You are searching to open up the back of your right leg, and you do not have to straighten that front knee to do so. All of that flat back. Lean into that left hand as you press down. Lean into that left hand even more. Press down and float your back foot right up off the floor. Warrior 3 variation. Extend your right arm long out. One hand in the straps, one foot on the floor. Press down into those 2 points. Lift your whole body higher. Like you can't stay there for too long, right? You're working, you're breathing, and now get longer. Squeeze the muscles in your legs and in your arms. Big toe touch, good work. One hand per foot cradle, true sundays. Extended mountain, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Pull to rise, extend a mountain, and then sliding it back. Forward fold and halfway lift, fill your lungs. Fold. Slowly stand up. Keep your arms low and turn the face away from your anchor point. Hands at forehead height. I want your hands literally the height of your eyebrows. Find your balance on your left foot. Hold your right knee into your chest. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Push into your hands. Roll out to press the lunge. Step your right foot forward to the floor. Pause. Your hands should be over your shoulders and you're in a lunge position. Bend your foot even 90 degrees. Push into your hands and move your shoulders backwards over your hips. Knit your hips into your belly. I want you to soften that back knee. Slide your hip bones up to the belly button. Get that nice hip flexor stretch in the left hand side. Fan out your fingers. Breathe in. Sink into your legs a little deeper. Breathe out. Press into your hands. Spring back to your starting position. Right knee into your chest. Anchor your left heel to the floor. Carefully. Sweep your arms behind you by your side and extend your upper leg to the wall behind you. Look down to the ground. Upper baby toe faces the floor. Now don't just let that upper leg hang in space. Remember, don't hang. You have to squeeze the muscles in your upper leg. Lift it as high as it can go. Slowly come back to your starting position. We're going to flow. Right knee into chest. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Crescent lunge. Slowly roll out for 3, 2. Foot to floor, land. Sink into your legs. Press into your hands. Take a deep breath in. Spring back to airplane. Anchor your standing heel and hinge. Press into those 2 hands. Fan out your fingers. Roll out to your starting position. Come all the way up. Lift up onto the ball of the foot. Crescent lunge. Roll it out for 3. Feel the core. 2. Plant your right foot. Land. Soften that back knee. Hip bones to belly button. Airplane. Push off. Anchor your heel. And hinge. One more time out to that crescent lunge. Slowly come back to that starting position. Lift your right knee into your chest. Slowly roll out for 3. Lengthen that right leg. 2. Biggest step yet. Plant your foot to the floor. Land. Bend into that front knee. Hide your wrist into the belly. Fan out your fingers. Reach your hand high. Breathe in. Drop your right arm by your side and twist. Look over your right shoulder. Press down into your back hand to help you lift your hip bones up to the belly button, tilt that pelvis, deeper stretch. Now lean into that left hand and get that nice stretch all the way down the left hand side of your body. Push your hands away from each other to the left leg. Twist, breath out. Both arms up overhead. Push back to your starting position one more time. Airplane, anchor the heel, and slide. Close your grip. I want you to hold on to the chest. Standing yoga split. Hug your arms into your body. Bend your elbows and pull your chest to your standing side. Keep your standing heel anchored to the floor. And kick your right heel to touch the straps above you. For 5, 3, 4. Go ahead, kick high. 3, 2. Right foot down to the left. Arms up overhead. Really good work. We're going to do this on the other side. Take a deep breath here. In. Open your mouth side out. Find your balance on your right foot. Pull your left knee into your chest. And you can move side to side here so you feel balanced. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Push into your hands. Shoulder blades tucked together. Roll out to crescent lunge. Send your left foot forward. Hands should be over your shoulders. If your hands are too far forward or too far back, move your body forward or backwards. Wrists over shoulders, shoulders over hips. Front knee bends to 90 degrees. Back knee bends a little bit, so you have access to your pelvis. Pull the hip bones up to the belly button. Push your hands into the straps and move your chest back over your hips. With the stretch and breathe, you're strengthening and lengthening all at the same time. Push back to your starting position. Anchor your standing heel. Airplane. Extend your left leg to the wall behind you. 2 arms to the wall. So hanging, work that upper leg, squeeze the muscles and push your upper heel back. Push down into your 2 hands, like you're gonna lift your whole body off the ground. Slowly sweep up to your starting position, left knee to chest. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Let's flow, roll out to your crescent lunge for 3, 2. Left foot extend and plant. Soften that back knee, slide the hip bones up, get that right hip flexor stretch. Push into your hands, spring back into your starting position. Anchor your standing heel. Airplane, arms by your sides, kick your upper leg back. Press into your hands, slowly come back to that starting position. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot and roll out for 3, your left. 2, extend that left leg, plank to the ground, crescent lunge. Push into your hands, shoulders over hips. Spring back to your starting position. Airplane, arms by your sides, and upper leg kicks back. Stand up your fingers, spin out your toes. Slowly come back up to that starting position. Left knee into chest. Here we go, roll it out even further for 3, 2. Step that left foot to the floor, pause. Big gap between your feet, biggest yet. Push into those hands, spin out the fingers. Reach up, breathe in. Sink a little deeper, breathe out. One more time, fill your lungs. Revolving crescent lunge, drop your left arm by your side. Look over your left shoulder. And keep your press into your back hand to lift your hip bones up to the belly button. And once you have that in, that nice deep stretch. Breath out. Come back to your starting position. Spring back. Left knee into chest. Airplane. Extend your upper leg to the wall behind you. Look down to the ground. Close your grip. Hold on tight. Standing yoga split. Bend your elbows. Use your hands to pull. You're hinging deep. Chest to your standing thigh. This time kick your left heel. Touch the straps above you for 5, 4, brace those wobbles. 3, kick up a little higher. 2, left foot to the right, arms up overhead. Turn to face your anchor point. Let's do 2 sunnaes and clear it away. Extended mountain, breathe in. If there's slack, you move back. Forward fold, breathe out, push into your hands. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold and breathe out. Last one of the day, extend And then now to full TRX. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Fold. Slowly stand all the way up. Come all the way underneath your anchor point. And you're coming down to mid-calf lift. Now I want you to pinch the cam buckles in or grab the D-rings and pull the handles down so the handles hover right below your kneecap. And the foot cradles come down to mid-calf. Handles under kneecap, foot cradles to mid-calf. Now this is the point, you guys, if you want to grab some water, go ahead and grab some, but I want you to be able to view me on the screen. If you have an anchor point attached to the ceiling, we're going to do a pose called standing rollout splits. And I want you to stand facing your anchor point. Again, this is if you're attached to the ceiling and you can roll through, okay? You're going to face the anchor point with your right foot in the foot cradle, and you're going to roll yourself forward. Now, if there's a wall in front of you, you're going to have to turn around. So you put the door or wall right behind you. Like you're literally, your back is against the wall, and you're going to put your right foot into those foot cradles. Make sure your straps are at mid-calf length. So get into your position. You're lifting up onto the ball of your foot, and you're pressing down into the arch of your right foot. The straps are around the arch of the foot. You guys look good. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Both hands on the straps at about nose height. Lift up onto the ball of your standing foot. Soften both of your knees. Okay, now it is time for your feet to access your core. Whatever's touching the straps accesses your core. So press into your feet, lift your chest up. With your knees soft, slowly roll out into a split position, like a deep lunge. On the ball of your standing foot, slowly roll out. Those knees soft. Press into your feet, really press, and pull yourself back to your starting position. Stay there for a moment. Now, if you're getting pulled to the right, you need to move the foot on the floor to the right. If you're getting pulled to the left, the foot on the floor has to move to the left. Micro movements until you feel like you're on track. Okay, guys. Hip bones pull up to belly button. You are grounding down into your feet. Now let's move with breath. On an inhale, roll yourself out. Exhale, pull yourself back. Again, inhale, roll out. Keep your knees soft. Push into your feet. Exhale, pull yourself back. You have 3 more. Inhale, roll out. Can you go a little further? This is not straighten your knees. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, roll out. Exhale, pull yourself back. This time, we roll out and hold. Inhale yourself out and pause. Press into your feet, lift your whole body higher. Option to reach your left hand to the ceiling. You lift up and go back. Push into those feet for 5, 3, you got this. 4, keep pressing into those feet, lift higher. 3, 2, hands to the straps, press into your right foot and pull yourself back. Now listen, if your back was against the wall, I need you to hop yourself 180 degrees so you now face the wall. If you were not against the wall, stay right where you are. Turn side facing your anchor point. So you turn to the left, so your right shoulder faces your anchor point. Hop to the middle of your mat. Bring your hands down to the ground. Left knee down to the ground. Reach your arms straight up overhead. Get a bit of a breathe here. Side plank variation. Bring your left hand to the floor, to the outside of your left thigh. Reach your right arm up and over. Press down into the right foot, that's the straps. Move your whole body high. And lean into that right foot, just a few inches. Upper hand reaches away from the straps. Spin the middle of your chest open towards the ceiling. Get that nice side body stretch. Take 1 more deep breath in. Slowly come down to your hands and knees, facing away from you. Both knees down to the ground. Step your left foot to your left hand. Take your left hand on top of your right knee. Right hand on top of that, stack your shoulders over your hips. Lean into your front foot. Hip hip bones slide up to belly button. We're getting deep into that right hip flexor right now. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. And then press down into both feet to lift up out of that pelvis. No hanging and dumping into your hips. Reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Bicep to ear, right bicep to ear. Reach your right hand straight up. Look over your left shoulder. Push your right hip over to the right. Breathe. Keep leaning into that left foot. Reach your right hand up and back. Breathe in. Back to center. Both hands to the ground. One hand to either side of your front foot. Stand up. Pull your right knee forward to the height of your hip. Quad stretch. Reach your right hand back and grab the straps right above the handle. Grab onto your left hand as well. Pull your heel to your tailbone and line your kneecaps up side by side. Elbows hug together behind your back. Rib cage knits in towards the belly. Now push your right knee down towards the ground, create resistance. Push the right knee down to the ground and slide the hip bones up to the belly button. You have the option to stay right here, or you can come into King Dancer. Your choice. For King Dancer, keep your foot in the straps, let go with your hands. Draw your right knee forward to the height of your hips. That's important. Right knee forward brings the straps close to you. Reach your right hand overhead, up and back, grab the straps behind you. Now, as soon as you have the straps, hinge and kick your right leg back. Kick your right shin back, and now reach your left hand overhead and grab the straps. Keep your gaze steady. As you hinge your chest forward, walk your hands down the straps towards your upper foot. Kick your upper shin back as you try to straighten your arms overhead. Push your hands forward for 5. Breathe your breath. 4, 3, 2. Slowly come back to your starting position. Keep your foot in the foot cradles. We have handstands. Here we go. Listen. Turn side facing your anchor point. You've been here before. Turn side facing the anchor point. The arch of your right foot is in the straps. Keep the tension in the straps. Bring your hands down to the ground on either side of your left foot. Now you're going to spin 90 degrees. Take your right foot, sweep it behind you and away from the anchor point. Keep your upper knee bent, and now the top of your right foot is pressing into the straps. Hands are the width of your mat, pinky fingers off the edge of the mat. Hands a little wider than the shoulders. Now you have to move away from the anchor point. So push into your hands, hop your left foot backwards. Walk your hands towards that left foot. Hop your left foot backwards. Repeat that process until you are as vertical as you can go. Your hips and hamstrings will tell you when to stop. Option is to float your left foot up off the floor. You push into that upper foot. Push into your 2 hands and float your left foot right up off the floor. For 5, you got this. 4, keep tension in those straps. 3, push into the floor with your hands more. 2, listen. Left foot to the floor. Bend your upper knee. Let the strap fly off of your foot. Just let it go. Come into child pose. Come on to your hands and knees. Knees are nice and wide. Drop your hips towards your heels and extend your arms out in front of you. Forehead to the ground and breathe. Really, really good work. Breathe. Slowly come on back up to your hands and knees. Let your breath in right and left hand side of your feet on the other side. Stand facing your anchor point and pull your left foot through both foot cradles. Stand directly underneath your anchor point though. Left foot through both foot cradles. Now, if you have that wall or door behind you, put your back against the wall and left foot through the foot cradles. Take your chest thrust, standing or left foot. Hands on the straps. Now you guys, don't death grip on those straps, okay? Loosen your grip. It's almost like you're just using your hands to help keep you balanced. Press into your feet. Keep your knees soft. Take your chest point, roll out. Remember, if you get pulled to the right, move to the right. If you get pulled to the left, move to the left. I want you to ground down into your feet and pull yourself up on the ball of your right foot. Stand up nice and tall. And now let's move with breath. On an inhale, roll yourself out. Keep those knees soft. Exhale, pull yourself back. You loosen the grip on the straps with your hands. Press into your feet. Inhale, roll out. Exhale back. Draw your lower belly. Again, roll out. Draw the lower belly in. Lower belly in. Exhale back. Two more. You got this. Inhale, roll out. Go ahead, move further. Exhale back. This time we roll out. Inhale, roll yourself out. Pause. Press into your feet. Lift your chest up. Option here, reach that right arm straight up and then go back. 5, 3, 4, lift the chest away from the hips. 3, press into your feet more. 2, hands to the straps, press into your left foot and pull yourself back. If you're against a wall or a door, hop around so you're now facing the wall or door. Wherever you are, turn side facing your anchor point here. Left leg towards the anchor point, hands to the ground, right knee to the mat. 5-point variation. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. Reach your hips, breathe in. Now you hands to the side, right hand to the ground, to the outside of your right leg, left arm up and over. Press into that left foot. Like you're going to lift your whole body off the ground. Tuck your bottom hip under, roll your top hip back. Reach your upper hand away from the straps. Spin your chest, open towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in. Slowly come down to your hands and knees, facing away from that anchor point. Both knees on the ground. Step your right foot to your right hand, half kneeling position. Right hand to your right knee. Left hand on top of that. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Lean into that front foot like you're about to stand up. Slide your hip bones up towards the belly button. Keep that nice neutral pelvis. Feel that nice hip flexor stretch on the left hand. This is preparing you for that king dancer. Now you know. Option to reach your left arm straight up to the ceiling. 5 steps here. Lean into that front foot again. Reach your left hand up and look over your right shoulder. You rotate and gently shift, push into that left hip. Press into your front foot like you're going to stand up. You're lifting up out of your pelvis. Take one more deep breath in. Come back to neutral. Bring your hands down to the ground and either side of your front foot. Stand up for quad stretch. Pull your left knee forward to the height of your hip. If you can't get that knee forward, hop backwards a little bit. Reach back with your left hand, grab the straps right above the handle. Do the same with your right hand. Pull your left heel towards the tailbone and line your kneecaps up side by side. Slide your hip bones up to the belly button and push your left knee towards the floor. Elbows hug together behind your back, getting into those shoulders as well. Open up the chest, separate your collarbones. You have the option to stay here, or in king dancer. For king dancer, you're going to let go. Pull the left knee forward to the height of the hips. Reach your left arm up and back, find the straps. As soon as you have the straps in your left hand, you lean your chest forward and kick your left leg back. Grab onto the straps with your right hand as well. Hand over hand, walk your hands down the straps towards that upper foot. Your gaze steady. Take your left leg back as you extend your arms straight forward. For 5, 4, 3, kick into the straps, kick. 2, slowly come back to your starting position. Handstands, turn side facing the anchor point. The transition into handstand comes with a hashtag called no adulting. The more you overthink this, the more challenging it becomes. So bring your hands down to the ground. Keep the arch of your left foot in the straps. Spin your left foot behind you and away from the ankle point. Hands pivot to the width of your mat. Hop your right foot away from the anchor point. Walk your hands towards your right foot. You're walking yourself on your hands Over and over again, hop that right foot back until you're as far as you can go. Press into that upper foot. Press into your two hands. I want to see you guys. You go ahead and slide. Float your bottom leg right up off the floor. 5. Deirdre, keep going backwards. Your foot's going to slide through until you get further back. 3, 2, bring your free foot to the floor. Bend your upper knee, let the chest flat, your foot comes down the floor. There you are. Great work. Breathe your breath. Ooh. Feel like the golden you're doing in the background, because you're a rock star. Take a clearing breath in. A clearing breath out. Always come up onto your hands and knees. Turn the face away from the anchor point and put your left foot into both foot cradles. We're going to come into runner's lunge. I want you to have your blocks nearby or books nearby if you so choose to use them. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Both arms are to the inside of your right foot. So I want your foot flat on the floor and your hands underneath your shoulders. You always have the option of staying with your back knee on the ground. Press into your back foot, and so choose with your back knee up off the ground for runner's lunge. Press into both of your feet and lengthen through your spine. Once you use your hands, pull your sternum away from the tailbone. Remember, no hanging on the strap. You press into that back foot and slide the hip over to one leg. If this is a lot for you, put your hand on a book or a block. Extend it side and forward. Press your right knee into your right arm. Feel your inner thigh muscles fire up. Press down into your right hand. And roll your left shoulder up over your right shoulder. Extend your left arm to the ceiling. Your back foot rotates to the foot cradles. So the toes of your left foot face the direction that you're looking. The arch of your left foot is pressing into the straps. Slide your right knee backwards over your right heel. Press into your 2 feet, lift your whole body higher. Upper hand to the ground, back knee will pivot down to the mat. Take your right hand on top of your right knee. Left hand on top of that. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Moving into your front foot. Humble warrior. Interlace your hands behind your low back, or grab opposite elbow with opposite. Hold your arms low, take a deep breath in. Drop your chest inside of your left thigh. Option to press into your back foot and float your back knee right along the ground. Or challenge for 5, press into those feet. 4, reach your hands towards your tailbone. 3, 2, hands to the mat, back knee to the mat, half split. Sit your hips back towards your left heel. Straighten your right leg up. This is where the blocks come super handy. You bring the blocks by your sides and hinge your chest. You want to keep a flat back, shoulder blades together, lower belly in. Slide your hips back and you lean your chest forward towards your right foot. Breathe with the giant breath. You're stretching out that right hamstring. If you have more in you, you're going to come into a full split. If this is a really deep, intense stretch, I want you to stay where you are. This is practice, you build into the poses. For a full split, come back to your runner's lunge. Lift your back knee up off the ground. Slowly start to walk your hands back, straighten that right leg. Just like our standing roll-up split, you do not straighten the legs. Keep your knees soft. You can bring the blocks back underneath your hands to help prop you up. Right hip draws back, left hip forward. Hip bones right up to the belly button. 3, 5. Press into those feet. 4, press the crown of your head to the ceiling. 3, 2. Slowly pull your back knee forward and down. Bring your hands down to the ground off the blocks and walk your hands to either side of your front foot. Lizard lunge. Take your right hand to the inside of your right foot. You may heel toe your right foot over to the right a little bit. Phase 1, pull the ball of your right foot up off the floor. Keep it up. And now pivot on your right heel. Pivot your foot 45 degrees away from the body. And drop your right knee towards the floor. With the weight in your hands, you can always put that block underneath your hands. Slide your left knee back. This is your deep hip opener. You want to slide that left knee backwards so that you're more on the quadricep and not on that knee. There should definitely be some discomfort in your hips. You have an option to deepen this. You can come down to your forearms. Forearms to blocks, forearms to the floor. Whether you're on your hands or your forearms, you can also lift your back knee up. Just remember there's no pain. You're breathing your ujjayi breath in and out through your nose. Feeling some really intense deep sensation. You want to be there. Soft. Slowly bring your back knee to the ground. Fall onto your hands. Slide your back knee forward a little bit and bring both knees down to the ground. Remove the blocks out of your way. Now before we switch sides, you're going to have 3 knee pulls, just 3. And you're going to pipe yourself up to a plank position, like you're going to come into a handstand. So I want you to watch me for a second. My hands are about 3/4 way to the top of my mat. I'm going to come into a plank position. My right foot on the floor, left foot in the straps. Now I press into my hands and my left foot and float my right foot off the floor. As I draw my right knee into my chest, I'm going to lift my hips up over my shoulders. Come back out to a plank position. You can come down to your knees after each one. The left leg stays straight. It's the right knee that bends. You have 3 total. Go ahead and begin. And after your 3, both knees to the ground. Take your time and move with your breath. Or challenge, breathe. Beautiful. Beautiful. Really great work. Now, party trick. Take your left foot, slide it into the foot cradle. Take your right foot, slide it into the foot cradle. Take your left foot out. Runner's lunge, other side. Step your left foot to your left foot. Both hands to the inside of your left foot. And lift your back knee up off the ground. Option to always keep your back knee on the ground through all of these poses. Use your hands on the mat to pull your sternum away from the tailbone. You want to move your left foot so you're pressing straight down into it. You're not rolling to the outside of your feet. Squeeze the muscle in your right leg and work that leg towards straight. Hands on blocks are always opposite. Extended side foot. Press your left knee into your left arm. Feel your inner thigh muscles fire up. Press down into your left hand and roll your right shoulder up over your left shoulder. Reach your right arm to the ceiling. Pivot your foot in the foot cradles. So with your toes of your right foot are facing the direction you're looking. You're pressing down into the arch of your right foot. Press into both of your feet. See if you can lighten the load in your left hand. Lift up. One more deep breath in. Upper hand down to the ground, heading your back knee to the mat. Humble warrior. Take your left hand to your left knee. Right hand on top of that. Stack your shoulders in. Lean into your front foot. Interlace your hands behind your low back or grab opposite hand to elbow. Pull your arms low. Take a deep breath in. Drop your chest to the inside of your front thigh. Don't hang in there. You draw your bound hands towards the straps behind you. Push the crown of your head away. Option to float your back knee along the floor. 5, 4. Pressing 3, keep breathing. 2. Release your hands down to the mat, back knee to the floor. half split. Walk your hands back, sit your hips towards your right heel, straighten your left leg long out the front. Take the ball of your left foot above the floor, your other heel back. Blocks under your hands may be useful tools. You want to keep a nice flat back, shoulder blades together, lower belly in and keep moving. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. You're taking the temperature of your left hamstring here. It's super intense. You stay, you breathe, dissolve. If you have more in you have the option of coming into a full split. Leave the blocks where they are for the full split. Walk your hands forward to either side of your left foot. Lift your back knee up off the ground and slowly walk your hands back. If you have a door or a wall behind you, this might be a little bit of a tricky pose. You could move your left foot forward more. Your hands will find those blocks once you walk back, and you'll just let your hips drop down to the ground. You keep your knees soft. Round down into your feet to lift your body up. This is as strengthening as it is lengthening. Your thigh bones are pulling into the hip socket. Hip bones lift up to belly button. Sternum lifts away from tailbone. Crown of head pushes away from shoulders. Slowly draw your back knee forward and down. Walk your hands forward to the inside of your left foot. So you may have to heel toe your left foot over to the left. Lizard lunge. Phase 1. Let the ball of your left foot above the floor. 2. Pivot your foot 45 degrees away from your body. And 3. Drop your left knee towards the floor. With the weight in your hands, slide your right knee back. How far back your left knee is bossy. Get into that left and breathe. Option to stay on your hands or come down to your forearms. Option to lift that back leg up off the ground. Listen, you stay, you breathe. You keep active in your body so you're not hanging in your hips. If you're coming down to the forearms or trying to, and your left elbow doesn't want to touch the ground because your left leg is forward, if that left elbow doesn't want to touch the ground, let your body absolutely stay on your hands. No forcing. Just breathing and stuff. Breathing a little. Breathing a little louder. The sound of the ocean. One more deep breath. Deep breath. Slowly come onto your hands. Pull your back knee forward a little bit. And bring both knees down to the mat. You have 3 more knee pulls. This time it's your left leg that elevates. So your right leg is going to stay straight. The leg and the straps stay straight. You're going to pike as you draw your knee to your chest. 3 total. In that plank position, you elevate the left foot. On the exhale, knee to chest, hips elevate over the shoulders by pressing into your hands and pulling into that right foot. You have 3 total. Strong, reliable. After your third one, you'll take your feet out of the foot rail and turn it to the floor. Extend your legs long out in front of you, facing your suspension trainer. You're in a sitting position. And you want your feet directly underneath your anchor point. You guys have made it. This is it. Right into our final resting pose. Take your first 2 fingers and place them into the foot cradles. Separate your hands like you're making an upside down V. Now we're going to hook our heels through. Lean to the right hip. Bend your left knee into your chest. Point your left ankle and slide your foot all the way through that foot cradle. Hook the heel through. Bring your left hand to the ground, lean into your left hip, and repeat that on the other side. Right knee into chest. Point your right ankle and thread your foot through up the heel. Pull your toes, touch the handles, and flex your feet. Hands by your hips, sit up nice and tall. Reach your arms to the ceiling, take a deep breath in. Hands at your hips. Reach for the yellow TRX calves. Forward fold. You soften your knees as much as necessary. Keep that flat back. Shoulder blades together. Lower belly. Hold the crown of your head with your feet. And slide your sitting bones towards the wall behind you. One more deep breath in. Hold breath out. Sit up nice and tall. Arms to the ceiling. Seated spinal twist. Bring the right hand to the floor by your side. Bend your right knee and bring your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Your feet are floating, so push your knee into your arm. Look over your right shoulder. Chest lifts on an inhale. As you exhale. One more breath in. With the breathe out. Come back to center, arms up. Switch sides. Left hand down to the ground, bend your left knee. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left. Press your knee into your arm as you lift your chest. Look over your left shoulder. Fill your lungs. Twist and empty. Come back to center, arms up. Squeeze the muscles in your legs and flex your feet. Hollow your lower belly. And now one vertebrae at a time, I want you to roll to the ground. Slowly. Press through your heels. Squeeze the muscles in your legs. Hollow that belly as you go down. Reach your arms to the floor behind you. Press into your feet. Lift your hips off the ground. Full body stretch. Spin out your fingers. Spin out your toes. Take another deep breath in. Hips to the floor. Arms by your side. Close your eyes. Let your feet fall. You made it. Time for your final rest of the day. With your eyes closed, your body relaxed. Through your nose, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth and sigh it out. Elevated Shavasana. You're going to enhance the sense of relaxation in your body. Then to improve circulation. If you feel anything else, it's always able to bear to the next. Let your eyes close. Let your body relax.